Hey everybody, Pete Werner here with your Diz Daily Fix for February 5th, 2016. Here's what's happening today. The big story trending today, although it really is not that big a story, is that the Disney Fantasy is apparently having some engine problems and is going to be skipping Castaway Cay and heading back to Port Canaveral. According to some of the reports that we're hearing from people on board, the ship is still moving, although not quite at top speed, and will make it back to Port Canaveral in time for the next cruise. There are crews on board working to fix the issue, and there should not be any delay at all for those getting on board the ship this weekend. So also what we understand is that none of the shipboard services have been suspended, so everything is business as usual. And Disney is apparently offering everyone on board a 20% discount on a future cruise and a $200 shipboard credit. So I think that's pretty good considering you're just missing Castaway Cay. Next, as a follow-up to a story that is a big story that we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks, that guy who was arrested trying to bring guns and ammunition into a Disneyland Paris hotel is getting house arrest for 6 months. Investigators are saying that they really don't believe that he was planning a terrorist attack and that he was carrying the guns, sadly, because he had become the target of aggression, assumed to be because of the growing anti-Muslim sentiment arising from the November terrorist attacks in and around Paris. So in addition to house arrest, he's got to wear an electronic tracking bracelet, and he's not allowed to carry firearms for the next 5 years. I won't go into any more. Moving out to the West Coast, though, Disneyland is getting in on the live streaming bandwagon, and they plan to stream their Soundsational parade on February 24th. The Disney parks have been live streaming quite a few events over the last few months, and it's always nice to see anything coming out of Disneyland because it's one of my favorite places. And just to say, if you have not seen the Soundsational parade, please watch this broadcast. It is such a great parade. You'll love it. And while we're talking about some of the other Disney parks, it was announced that tickets for Shanghai Disneyland are going to go on sale March 28th, and wait for it, they're going to have dynamic pricing. Ticket prices are expected to be around $76, depending on the exchange rate, on high demand days and $56 on slower days. So it's safe to say that all the speculation about Disney moving to a variable pricing plan for tickets based on crowds is coming true and is also probably coming to a U.S. theme park near you before the end of the year. So no surprise there, but interesting story nonetheless. Now, switching gears a little bit and heading over to the Diz, contributor Lacey Post put up an article about her experience in one of the pirate-themed rooms over at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. And she highlights both the good and bad about these rooms, so check that out. I tried one of these rooms a few years back and didn't like it, but I don't have kids, so. Over on Dizboards.com, there was a thread that really caught my attention this morning and echoes my feelings, and I think the feelings of a lot of people, about Epcot, specifically about Future World. The post is entitled, Epcot Future World, How Did It Get So Screwed Up? And talks about everything that's both good and bad about Future World right now. And it has a lot of folks speculating on what they could do to improve it. So it's a great post. Go check that out. But not now, because I'm talking to you, and that would be rude. So don't do that. And finally, if you are heading into the parks this weekend in Orlando, there's a 40% chance of showers in the afternoon tomorrow with a high of 69 and a low of 45. Super Bowl Sunday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 61 and a low of 40. Out in Disneyland this weekend, expect beautiful weather with sunny skies and highs in the 80s both days and lows in the 50s. You can find links to all these stories, articles, and threads on our Daily Fix main page, wdwinfo.com/dailyfix. And that will do it for me today. We'll be back at noon Eastern on Monday with the next installment of the Diz Daily Fix. Have a great weekend, and remember, everybody, go Denver, because I like the uniforms. And Peyton Manning.